Canelo doesn't just hit with speed, he hits with power and efficiency. But what's so unique about the way he throws his punches and he puts his entire science together and how he does this? See, Canelo Alvarez is a master of taking these guys to school like Berlanga. And at the same time, what he does is he hypnotizes these guys and therefore they don't know how to be themselves inside of the ring. But we're going to give you exactly what this means when you're a young fighter and you're fighting against somebody that has experience. See, school is all about understanding that there are levels to the sport of boxing, right? And when you understand that when you're boxing someone, you must understand the grade that they are in. And that's why you'll see Canelo taking some of these guys that he's going up against that are a little wet behind the ears. He's taking them to school, and rightfully so. So that's what we're about to get into. And later on in the show, what we're going to cover is the method in which Canelo Alvarez actually uses the method of closing the gap like no other fighter since the early 1940s and 50s. And I'm going to tell you exactly how to do that, especially if you're a true boxing aficionado or fan or a fighter. This is going to be the pearls. But before we get started, I'd like to introduce myself. For those of you who are brand new to the show, boy, you're late to the dance. My name is Eric A. Bradley, coach, that is, and we teach the business of boxing. What we want to do is give you insight. And the reason why I can do this is because I'm credible. I've been in this game for 4 decades, inside the grind. And one of the things that I like to do is I like to give back. So we're going to give you the knowledge because I know right now you don't know shit about boxing like you will after you finish this show. And special shout out to me because I know I'm coming on the set tremendously today and I'm going to give you some fire to use. No further ado, and special shouts out to our sponsors, Pro Am Fight Gym, for all of those guys who are prepping to open up a boxing gym in the 2024-2025 season, and you want to take part in the wave that's jumping off now in this era. Let's get ready into the show. First segment, what we're going to do is we're going to do this thing in 3-minute segments. So the first topic of discussion is, what is it that Canelo does that he actually takes these guys to a place with his peekaboo? So his peekaboo style, and I'll break this down because a lot of you don't understand the origin of the peekaboo, and we're on the clock. So let me set my clock up, and I'm going to make sure that you guys stay alarmed. So in the comment boxes, if I go over 3 minutes, don't say shit because I'm giving it to you. All right. Just joking. Number one, what he does that is unique about most of the techniques that Canelo uses is that peekaboo. And one of the things that makes it so unique, the way he does it, is he doesn't do a lot of moving laterally like or left or right like Mike Tyson did. He's more thudding like Archie Moore. Like he really punches you when he throws his punches, because I said that's where he is in his career. He's not throwing 100 punches in combinations like he used to, because we all know that Canelo Alvarez is great with his hand skills. But what he's doing now is he's more methodical. Since he fought Triple G, he's slowed things down after the third fight. And one of the things he does with his peekaboo style is his hands are up. He peeps between the guard every once in a while to make sure that you are doing exactly what he wants you to do. You're either throwing when he knows you're throwing, and when you're throwing, he's bracing it and blocking it with the upper part of his forearm. And his forearm, believe me, is dense. He was on the show with Sway, and when Sway shook his hand, he said, "Man, I never knew that you were this strong." And the reason why he's strong from the forearms is like the old fighters back in the day, the grassroots boxers, what they did is they focus and develop on the forearm because that was where they were going to catch the blunt of the punches. And this was a part of their striking mechanism, the defensive tactics that help a fighter who is going to pressure you. It helps them take away your punches, banging up your fist, the density of their arm. and you don't know it. You've never been in the ring with Canelo, and you don't know what's going on until you hit him and say, damn. He uses his forearms as a weapon, and this weapon breaks down your confidence, because the guys that you've been hitting in training camp do not have that same density. And for the most part, if they did, they're not conditioned to take as much of it as he does, because that's part of his weaponry. He's like Popeye in that ring. So as we close down our last 40 seconds, his peekaboo style is about waiting for you to throw your punch. Bam, he braces, takes it, opens up as you're pulling back, walks in. And when you learn the tactics that he's using, this is grade 1 as he's taking you to school. And that's what's going to open up our next segment, as that segment right there, the uniqueness of his peekaboo. You can never dictate or understand when to throw, because no matter what it is, you have to show your face when you get ready to throw. And the first thing, once you flinch, he's already braced. And once you pull back, that's when he walks in to strike you with that hardcore hook, which is a lot of times what he leads with. And then he makes sure that he stabs you with a straight to the face every single time. That's the end of that. That's the uniqueness of his peekaboo. And that segment will be sponsored by Jab Juice. So give me 15 seconds.
Calling all fight fans. Ever dreamed of shaping the future of boxing? Starting your own pro-am boxing program is easier than ever. Your ticket to the big leagues. Imagine hosting epic events, building a community, and creating a boxing mecca in your hometown. Discover and mold the next generation of champions. This is about leaving a legacy and changing lives. Whether you're a former fighter, a fan, or an entrepreneur, this is your chance to step into the ring of opportunity. Don't let this moment slip away. Make your mark on the boxing world and turn your town into a powerhouse of pugilistic talent. Bells ringing. Are you ready?
Now, this next section is all about the method of how he walks Berlanga down, but any of his opposition.